Hello, my name is Laique Lodhi and I've been teaching IELTS to students around the world for the last 7 years. I'm an Australian qualified and experienced IELTS trainer with a highly successful track record. My online sessions have been greatly valuable for IELTS academic and general training candidates. I'm also an author of the first IELTS fast track book, Eye on IELTS. Listening is a complex process which involves information processing, use of strategies, and contribution of different factors influencing comprehension such as text, speaker, task, and listener. You'll be handling multiple tasks simultaneously, which requires an immense concentration and attentiveness. You can strategically handle these tasks with various strategies. Let's have a look at the first strategy for IELTS listening: making a study plan. Procrastination is one of the key reasons students get a lower band score. You have to have a smart study plan, and you can register yourself for the test months in advance. However, the day you decide to take the test should be the day you start preparation. You'll have to decide whether or not you're going to prepare yourself with reliable resources or whether you're going to take an IELTS preparation class. I suggest in order to get the best results, you should do both. If you cannot afford to take a preparation class, make sure you choose an IELTS book that has explanatory answers. You can also consider having a tutor. Another reason students do badly in the IELTS is that they have a very limited vocabulary. You can overcome this dilemma by creating a blank dictionary and track all the new words you learn along the way. You can use a notebook, or an address book would be a better choice because it's separated into letters. For each new entry, write the word and use it in a sentence. At the end of each week, you should write a short essay using as many of the words as you can. It's not useful to study vocabulary lists because practically you only remember words that you've seen in situations and circumstances. Always use an English dictionary. It'll help you to learn 4 or 5 new words while looking for a single word. Keep in mind, you'll not remember the word if it doesn't take any effort to understand it. To my experience, the last thing most students would do is to read the instructions. If you fail to completely understand or demonstrate that you've understood the instructions, you may get your answers wrong even though you understood the question. Instructions will be on your question booklet and will also be played on the tape, so make sure you get them right. For example, if the instructions for the question say write no more than 3 words and you answer in 4 or more words, your answer will be considered wrong because in essence you did not answer the question by not following the instructions. The reason for this limit is quite simple and obvious. There is not enough space for more than 3 words on the answer sheet. Articles a and the count as 1 word. One of the key strategies for IELTS listening is to predict some of the information you require to answer the question. To apply this strategy, you need to read through the questions first. This is extremely important as it gives you time to carry out some prediction on what information they are asking for. For example, the question may ask, what is John's passport number? Now, you know you're looking for the word passport and some numbers. With this example, you've just predicted the sort of information you should be focusing on, which is a word and some numbers. Predicting the words you might hear becomes much easier if you can work out the word variables. The variables are those words and situations in a possible answer that can vary or change. It's a vital strategy to underline significant or important words in questions. It helps you to recognize these keywords during listening. Conversations and dialogues in the listening tape might be excessively fast for you, and you probably miss some important words before you realize it. Your underlined words will help you to identify these words in a rapidly spoken dialogue. You can underline words while you read through the questions before you listen, but you make sure you focus on the whole question as you listen. If your problem to understand the conversations continues, you can think of possible synonyms for the words you have underlined, as you'll often be hearing related words for the words in questions. During the listening test, you're often listening for targeted or specific information. As you'll be reading the questions and listening to the tape at the same time, which is not an easy task, it's important for you to read ahead as much as you can. This will allow you to listen for specific information to answer the questions. For example, some questions require a number, a postcode, a telephone number, or a passport number. You might hear two people talking about a telephone number, and you might find a number was deliberately given the wrong way by the first speaker, only to be corrected by the second. So don't just write down the first number you hear. You'll also need to be able to understand descriptions of locations and especially spoken directions about how to reach a certain place. Remember, often in these dialogues, the speakers change their minds and use slang that may be unfamiliar to you. There's no negative marking in the IELTS. You get a mark for each correct answer and you get no marks for incorrect or missing answers. Since you don't lose marks for wrong answers, you can try to guess those questions you could not answer. Using this strategy, you have a 25% chances getting your guess as a right answer. Each answer you guess correctly will get an extra mark. You have better chances of guessing the correct answers for questions such as true, false, or multiple choice questions. After you've been preparing for the IELTS for a while, you'll find out about the areas that give you the most trouble. For example, you might find you are weak at predicting information, or you do not comprehend specific information, distractors, or spellings. You should change how you split your time across different areas of the listening test. If you're taking an IELTS preparation class, ask your teacher to bring in extra homework help on problems like these. If you're studying by yourself, find a good IELTS book in the library. You'll write your answers on your question booklet as you listen and transfer them onto the answer sheet in 10 minutes given as transfer time. Make sure you transfer your answers to the answer sheet. You'll be marked by answer sheet and not by what you write in the question booklet. Any correct answer which is not copied to answer sheet will not be marked, and you'll get 0 mark for that. Make sure you write your answers on the correct answer sheet. Both the listening and reading answer sheets are on the same piece of paper. One side is for listening answers to be transferred, and other side is for reading answers. And it's quite easy to mistakenly write answers on the wrong side of the answer sheet. So make sure it says IELTS listening answer sheet, not IELTS reading answer sheet. It's important to familiarize yourself with the IELTS answer sheet because it has a particular composition you need to be familiar with. Make sure what's printed above the table with answer numbers 1 to 40. IELTS listening answer sheet or IELTS reading answer sheet. I sincerely hope it's been a useful video for your IELTS preparation, and I thank you for participating in the IELTS listening strategies. And I wish you happy IELTS.